Hi. So for the past couple of days, I've been trying an experiment where I've completely banned the use of the word lazy. The reason I started this in the first place is because I was talking to a friend and we threw the word around a couple of times, and I realized that it's very unproductive and not helpful at all to use the word, because I think that laziness is an umbrella term for a bunch of other things. Let me start off with an example. So, a couple of months ago, I finished graduating university. I had an engineering degree and I was in the middle of starting my second startup. Long story short, the startup died and I fell into this hole of just being very unmotivated. I wanted to find a job and I knew I needed to do a job application because but I had no motivation to do it. I just couldn't get out of bed most days. I couldn't get out of bed. I couldn't start the job application process. I had a list. I knew I had things to do, but I just couldn't do anything. And in this situation, you might think, oh, well, you're probably just lazy, right? Just get over it. But if I was to really uncover what exactly lazy meant, which I did, I did a bit of digging, and I found that I was just afraid of failure. It felt like I've tried so many things in life. I had an engineering degree, but I didn't want to be an engineer. My previous co-op jobs or internships were in software development, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to go down that road for the rest of my career. I didn't know if I wanted to do that for this next job. I tried starting a YouTube channel before, and it failed, or at least I gave up on it because I just didn't know what type of content to make, and I didn't know who I was, and it was just failure after failure after I tried this, it didn't work. I tried this, it didn't work. And I know there's a whole thing about you should learn to embrace failure, learn to enjoy failure. You learn a lot of things from failing, and that's true. You do learn a lot of things from failing, but it's also a lot easier to say that when you're coming from a place of success, because all the stuff that I've been seeing on YouTube or social media, or whenever someone says this, they're not in the middle of failing. They've succeeded. And it's easy to say something like that when you've succeeded. I guess this is for anyone out there who is thinking, oh, I'm just lazy, or I can't do this, I'm not motivated, maybe I'm just not good enough. Because I had all those thoughts and more after the second startup failed, because it was my second startup. The first one didn't work out either. And so I'm like, well, I guess I'm just screwed. What do I do? And the main message of this video is that you're not lazy. There's a deeper underlying issue. And for me, I was just afraid. I was just afraid of failure. And how you solve this is you treat yourself like a friend, which is surprisingly hard to do. Especially when productivity is so glamorized. You have to be working 24/7. You got to always be doing something. If you're not working 24/7, you're not doing it right. I think that you and yourself have to be on the same team, because at the end of the day, it's a team effort. You got to be on the same side as yourself. And so the way you solve this is you don't beat yourself up for being lazy. You don't say, hey, you got to wake up earlier. Hey, you got to do this. Hey, you got to really get up and you have to do that to some extent, but not to the extent where you're almost treating yourself like an enemy. It's you have to treat yourself like a friend. You have to be like a coach. And so what I kind of did was I was like, hey man, I know it's tough. I know that failing sucks. Things are uncertain. I don't know what's going to happen, but we have things we need to get done. And we can't finish those things. We can't get to where we want to be if we stay in the same spot. Life has thrown us punches, it's knocked us down, and it hurts. It really does. And it gets harder and harder to get back up every single time you get knocked down. But if you stay down there, and if we stay in the same spot that we're in right now, we're not going to get anywhere. And so I know it's hard, but you gotta get up. You gotta get back up. Gotta get back out there. And so I just want to make this video to capture that, because I feel like I'm kind of in a similar situation right now, and it's just I'm just recalling experiences from the past. So yeah, I don't know if this helps anyone, but I just want to say that you're not lazy. I think you're not lazy. You're just afraid. All right, peace.